Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tim Harms of D. Steffi tonight as we're bringing you live the Charles City Duels here in Charles City, Iowa, the North-South All-Star Duel. And we want to thank the Charles City town here. 38 years ago, Jim Miller and Denny Fresno, both formerly of Charles City, took their vision of developing an all-star high school wrestling meet and made it a reality. With the help of the Charles City JCs and other area business people, the first All-Star meet was held in 1978 here in Charles City. 38 years later, this prestigious meet is known statewide as a tradition that continues to honor the many great Iowa senior wrestlers and coaches. So tonight we're going to have all seniors competing. They've been matched up by the coaches, by the people that are putting on this event tonight. And what a great environment here tonight, Dee.
A lot of energy flowing through here. It's a great turnout. So
on behalf of the Charles City Mat Club, we'd like to welcome you to the 38th Annual North-South All-Star Wrestling Meet. We're honored to have the most outstanding wrestlers and coaches in the state of Iowa here tonight in Charles City. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to the families, friends, and fans of the wrestlers and coaches who have traveled here to Charles City to be a part of this prestigious event. Wrestling enthusiasts from near and far attend the North-South All-Star Meet each year, and we here at Charles City Mat Club appreciate your support. We would also like to take this opportunity to thank the local businesses for all their support and the citizens of Charles City for the support they've given us, not only for the North-South All-Star Meet, but all year long in the high school wrestling program here. So we hope you all enjoy the matches tonight. Our officials tonight is Travis Pike from Nora Springs, Alex Pearson from Rockford, and Jeff Pavlovich from here in Charles City. So, Dee, as we bring this event tonight, tell us about some of the experiences in your wrestling background and what this environment's like here for you tonight.
Well, I'm from Missouri, and we have a borderline matchup with the seniors from Missouri and Kansas because we're right there in the Kansas City area, and it's electric. It's really amazing, it's exciting, and it's a huge turnout. It's one of the highlights at the end of the season, and everyone always looks forward to it.
Yeah, one of the cool things they gave us here tonight is when we got here was the program, and it actually lists out all the way back to 1978 when they started this North-South All-Star Meet, and some of the names that are on this is just unbelievable. So as we get started here tonight, our first match, Dean, we have the first match lined up, or why don't you go through the coaches?
Yeah,
Introduce the
let's
coaches.
talk about the coaches. We've got Nick Heeman from New Hampton. He's been coaching for 15 years. We're not sure about this, but their dual record, we're going to guess, is 15-2. Career dual record of 147 and 48. Nick attended Osage and is a class of 1996 and went to UNI.
So the unique thing about him going to Osage, Iowa, each year we actually get to broadcast the Osage New Hampton duel. Well, with him being from Osage originally, Coach Jennings, Brent Jennings, the coach at Osage, they get together and have a big duel. And then they also have Upper Iowa, the Division II school here in the state of Iowa. They wrestle against the University of Wisconsin lacrosse, who is also coached by two Osage kids. So there's 4 Osage wrestlers or kids that are tied to that program involved in that. So it doesn't surprise me that we've got Nick here as one of the head coaches.
Well, that really complements the program, too.
Absolutely.
So our other coach for this evening is Dick Briggs of Cedar Rapids, Jefferson. Dick's been coaching for 33 years, and he is a co-head coach of Matt Orton. Their 15-16 dual record is 12-4. Career dual record of 274, 162, and 2. And goodness, he's got a list here of accolades that's pretty outstanding. Attended Cedar Rapids Jefferson High School, class of 74. High school honors 4th at state. He went to UNI. 2-time All-American. His team placed first in 75 and 78, and third in 76 and 77.
Coach Briggs has been around the state of wrestling for a long time. So now we're going to kind of put the headset down and we're going to do the national anthem. That is funny.
Is that a new national anthem? A little pre-anthem warm-up there.
That was the warm-up.
Singing from the choral loft.
Okay, so that was our national anthem. I don't know what you guys heard there, but that was a little light on the volume, but we got the job done. So our first match tonight, D, is going to be Marcus England from Cedar Rapids Prairie. Going to be wrestling Joseph Sibamana from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Why don't you kind of give everybody a little rundown on the kids as you get your mic and everything all prepared.
Alrighty.
You want that around there? Okay.
A little technical difficulty here.
Gotcha. So we're going to start out at 113 pounds.
Josh Portillo will wrestle from Bettendorf, Jack Wagner.
So in our first match, we got Marcus England.
Connor Cleveland.
Marcus is from Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Baker of Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
Didn't get a whole lot of stats on Marcus tonight, but he was 8th at state at weight class 113. His 11th grade, he was 4th at 106. And his coach is Kane Thompson. And we'll soon find out about his future plans.
From Comanche, Grace Everson. At 132, will wrestle.
Okay, we're going to kind of let the public address announcer here go through the lineup.
At 138, from Charles City, Austin Staudt will wrestle Xavier's Clint Lembeck.
Right now they're introducing the wrestlers here, so we'll kind of keep quiet until they get done doing that, and then we'll get into the play-by-play. Again, this is Tim Harms or D. Steffi here in Charles City tonight.
Council Bluffs, Thomas Jefferson, Colton Klingenbiel will wrestle from Cedar Rapids Jefferson, Kyle Graves. At 170, from Hempstead in Dubuque, Brandon Haas will wrestle Nick Holt of Independence. At 182, from Waverly Shellrock, Jameer Moore. And from Cedar Rapids Prairie, Taylor Gaiman. At 195, from South Wind, Landers Kahushek. He will wrestle from Charles City, Nick Jacobs. At 195, from Southeast Polk, Ethan Anderson will wrestle Iowa City West's Donovan Doyle. At 220, from South Central Calhoun, Ryland Richardson will wrestle from Southeast Polk, Daniel Ramirez. At 285, from Akron, Geneva, Wellsburg, Steve Rock, Michael Young, he will wrestle from Charles City, Brody Tooby. And at 285, wrestle Albia's Carter Isley. The North Squad is coached by Nick Beeman of New Hampton, and the South Squad is coached by Vic Briggs from Cedar Rapids, Jefferson. Our officials for tonight's meet are Travis Pike of North Springs, Alex Pearson of Rockford, and Jeff Pavlovich from Charles City. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this evening of wrestling.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tim Harms with D. Steffi here. We're in Charles City. Right now, the officials are getting all the captains out there and the coaches, and they're going to figure out who's going to get the first choice. Dee, a pretty good environment in here tonight, isn't it?
Really good energy, yeah. I'm kind of excited about this, a little different than where I've come from. It's really nice.
Yeah, but it's good for the sport of wrestling. You know, you bring out all these seniors. It's kind of their last hurrah in the state of Iowa to compete in front of these fans up here in Northeast Iowa. You know, a lot of people traveled all the way up here to see this, and this dual team tournament's been going on for 38 years. And as we look back at some of the names that have participated in this, a good friend of mine, Mike Marino, wrestled in this back in 1987. He wrestled Jim Binda. I'm sure he got thumped, but no,
I might take your word on that.
well, actually, I think he won that match. But anyways, just in that year alone, I'll throw some names in here that I think a few people might recognize out of that class in 1987. Steve Hamilton, Travis Young, the head coach at West Des Moines Valley, Terry Brands, Mark Ryland, Bart Chelsvig. You know, there's some All-Americans. Dan Knight. I mean, what a class just in 1987.
Exceptional.
Yeah, and then you go through 1985, Schwab, Mark Schwab wrestled in this. Terry Cook in 1984. The Gibbons boys all wrestled in this, so this is a pretty prestigious event to get invited to here. So we're going to get started here with the first duel, Dee. Go ahead and introduce the kids.
All right, so we have, again, it's Marcus England. And Marcus, again, Cedar Rapids Prairie. Placed 8th this year at the state tournament at 113.
Both wrestlers doing a good job, working the inside of the mat there, staying in the center. Both wrestlers looking for the control there in the middle. I like the idea that they don't have to wear headgear tonight too.
You know, I kind of like the headgear as a mom. You know, those poor ears get quite a beating.
Nice shot right there by England. In on a low single, still hasn't finished it yet. Trying to do a little spaghetti wrestling here. We're going to have a potentially dangerous call. Good call by the official. We don't want to screw up that knee there.
Well, we ought to mention Marcus's opponent here, Joseph Sibamana from Cedar Rapids, Jefferson. His record is 1-11 and 55, career pins of 33. Pretty impressive.
So Joseph in on a nice shot there, blocked down by England. I believe the periods tonight are 2-1-1, correct? So 2-minute first period and then a minute most of the second and third period. So the predictions on the duel between the North and South, did you pick a side yet, Dee?
No, I thought I'd stay neutral with this one, but I might have an idea before we get too far.
Well, I got a little wager going tonight, and I got the North team.
You got the North team?
I
well,
do.
I'll just be kind of a rebel here, and I'll go with the South team just to have some competition.
Nice low single shot right there by England. Good defense, though, by Joseph Sibamana.
Just kind of remind everybody at the state tournament this year, Joseph Sibamana placed 6th at 113, and Marcus was 8th at 113. So got a pretty good
We're in
lineup
short
here.
time right now. No, he did. The official did just give 2 points right before the buzzer for Sibamana to score there, 2-0 to take the lead after the first period. So England gets his choice. He's going to take down to start the second period. So just remember, folks, these are only 1-minute periods now. We're working on the scoreboard, trying to get her figured out now. Which he will. Here we go. England with a quick move. Countered well by Joseph. Civimano doing a good job of riding right there. Riding pretty parallel. Right? It's a nice sit out there by England. Countered very well. Civimano doing a good job. Now we're on, right at 20 seconds left here in the first period. England looking to get a escape here late in the first period, as he just needs to come up and bring that foot higher, keep his head up. Boy, if he could peel that handoff right there on the spiral ride, he might get some. He's going to go ahead and get it. Oh,
That was
okay.
awful close.
Boy, what a way to start the duel tonight with the calls right at the end of the buzzer, huh?
No kidding.
Great job by the official right there, given the escape and no other points.
That was a great effort.
So 2-1 going into the third period in favor of Joseph Civimano from Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, here at 113 pounds. England's going to have to score on the top position now. Looks like he's got the arm bar. Throws in the half. Boy, England doing a good job of keeping pressure there. Civimano doing a good job of fighting it. Okay, we're under 20 seconds now. England's going to have to try something late here. I'm sure there's going to be something going on here with here in the last 5 seconds of this period, right?
As much as you can squeeze out here, I'm amazed that shoulder hasn't popped off yet.
Okay, so at the end of the first duel, Marcus, England, you want to keep the scores? So Civimano going to win this match 2-1.
Our next match for the North, Josh Portillo Clarion against Jack Wagner of Bettendorf.
South. North.
Wagner's parents are
Okay, so our second match here is going to bring up Josh Portillo from Clarion. Portillo's been a heck of a wrestler for several years. 120 pounds, wrestling Jack Wagner from Bettendorf. Why don't you give some of the stats on the kids?
All right, for Josh, his career record's 184 and 16 with career pins of 69. His hometown, Clarion. State placings, 12th grade, he was first at 120 pounds. His junior year, first at 126. His sophomore year, first at 113. And no stats for his 9th grade year, so we got a 3-time champion right here. His coaches are Kurt Morgan and Dan Gabrielson, and his plans are to go to South Dakota State.
Bono got a recruit out of there. 2 tough Iowa kids here. These kids have wrestled before. And Portillo actually owns a 3-0 record over Wagner from Bettendorf. Both wrestlers doing some good spaghetti wrestling, good action. This is actually one of the more unique matchups as we were talking about the different lineups tonight. This is a good match here. 2 tough kids.
I think they're all tough.
Both kids going Division I. One to Iowa, one to South Dakota State.
Yeah, that's Jack Wagner going to Iowa. His career record's 145 and 10 with 75 pins. And he also is a 3-time state champion at 106, 113, and 120. His coach is Dan Knight.
Both wrestlers doing a good job right in the middle of the mat, trying to create some action. Nice underhook there by Wagner. Under 30 seconds now here in the first period. Again, folks, 2-minute first period, 1 minute second and third periods. Wagner with a nice duck there with the underhook. Portillo doing a good job playing defense. 10 seconds left here. Doesn't look like we're going to have any score here at the end of the first period unless Wagner scores here late. Good action there by both wrestlers. Go ahead, you're good. Okay, so to start the, we got a little blood time here by Wagner. So Portillo's going to get his choice to start the second period. And I think he took the down position, if I remember correctly.
You are correct.
Some of the other wrestlers in the very first, in 1978, Chuck Jerkovich from Council Bluffs wrestled in this duel. Just unbelievable names. Ross Yoder, Tim Baker. A lot of tough kids from back in the day. 1978, they started this dual, all-star dual matchup here, the North-South duels in Charles City, Iowa. 1977, Tom Bieber, I think he's the dentist out of Clear Lake. Jeff Kerber, obviously had a pretty good career at the University of Iowa from Emmetsburg. Wrestled in this deal in 1979. Jim Zaleski, Don Cox, so a lot of studs in this thing.
That's a familiar name for me. And here we are underway, period again.
Portillo with a quick move, but Wagner doing a good job of countering. Little unique matchup here with these 1 minute periods for second and third. You kind of have to change some things around a little bit.
A lot more aggressiveness, a lot of good wrestling.
Yep. Portillo doing a good job on the bottom there, keeping the action going, but Jack riding well. This is a 120-pound weight class. Portillo with good hand control on Wagner there now. Wagner going to drop down to the leg. He's got to bring him up. The official's got to be bringing him up. And Portillo doing a good job of fighting it. Both wrestlers go off the mat. So we got 18 seconds left here in the second period. Portillo still in the down position. Wagner on top. Not a lot of action off the whistle for Portillo as he's working for hand control there. Wagner just drops right back down to the leg. Portillo trying to get out. And as they look at the clock, he got separation there with no point, and Wagner jumped back on his leg to not give up anything right there.
Didn't give up anything.
Yeah, so, basically it's a 3-0 lead right now. Or no, that's the team score.
No score.
It's 0-0. Yep, my bad.
Yeah, so into the third period, scored 0-0.
Wagner up to his feet. Portillo dropping down. Wagner goes off the edge of the mat. Referee brings him back to the middle. Again, the 1 minute period, it's tough to score.
It's really tough. I'm thinking of a lot of overtime matches that I saw at the D2 tournament. A lot of excitement.
Portillo now with a nice ride, gets a leg in. Under 40 seconds here now in the third period, tied 0-0. Josh Portillo versus Jack Wagner from Bettendorf, Portillo from Clarion. Jack doing a good job of fighting that off. Back up to his feet now. Trying to score. He's got the hand. He's trying to make it. Portillo gets a stall warning with 10 seconds left in the match. Wagner back down. Portillo's got to be careful now and not just drop down to the leg. Throws the leg back in off the spiral ride. So we're going to go into overtime here in our second match of the night. But, we talked about what a great matchup this was with both these kids.
Both state champions. Officials coming over to
Yep.
check
Okay.
the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, we weren't sure what the overtime period was, but we're going to go 1 minute in overtime. That's the way it ought to be. Portillo and Wagner. First man to score here is going to win this bout. Oh, what a double.
Great.
What a double by Wagner. Portillo with good defense, though. Boy, Portillo just does not get
Oh my goodness.
worked up at all.
Oh my goodness.
Very controversial call right now, whether there's any back points being offered. There's not even any score or anything right now.
No control given. Got a lot of bleacher officials.
The referee is going to call a stalemate there. Good defense by Portillo. Great double leg takedown there by Wagner, though.
That was
Or I should say double leg shot. I mean, he
definitely,
didn't get the
it was a
takedown.
shot, definitely.
Okay, approaching 10 seconds here left in the overtime period. Wagner with an underhook. Good period. Well, we're getting all the action we thought we would out of this one.
Wagner's being very aggressive on that period right there.
Portillo's going to have the choice here in the second overtime period, and he's going to take the down position to try and score first. Referee brings him in. Wagner on top. 30-second period. Portillo working for hand control there. Wagner right back down to the leg with that hand control. Wagner pushes Portillo off the edge of the mat. 7.7 seconds left here in the second overtime period. What a great match to get this duel started out with early on.
The rest of the kids have a lot to keep up with. Look at the bench.
Portillo now got hand control. Trying to get the escape. Wagner's going to take down now for his shot at getting away here in the 30-second overtime.
Getting that escape.
Referee brings him in. Portillo gets on top. Goes right into a spiral ride. Wagner comes up to his feet. Wagner doing a good job of trying to fight it there. Portillo holding on. Both wrestlers go off the edge of the mat. 17 seconds left.
What a matchup. This is incredible.
You got two D1 kids coming out of the state here. I mean, very talented kids. Boy, the referee really let him crowd his hips are on top.
Yeah.
Wagner tries a standing switch to no avail. Portillo and Wagner going off the mat. 5 seconds left here in the third overtime period. Well, this Donnybrook of a match tied 0-0.
Wearing me out watching.
A lot of action, just no scoring right now.
Lots of action. It's good rest. Oh my gosh, this is great.
So they're gonna go. So both wrestlers will come back up to their feet, and will they put how they want to do this? You got to put them back on their feet, right?
Do another.
Okay, so this is going to be a sudden death here. Portillo gets his choice. He won the flip, and he's going to take the up position. So if he gets the ride for 30 seconds, he wins the match.
Got it. Yeah, this part of the rules I get lost on. I never remember after those 30-second overtime periods.
Wagner up fast. Portillo drops down. Wagner gets away, and the match is ended. What a great match.
Excellent. Good sportsmanship for both boys.
Your winner by a score of 1-0.
Boy, Coach Brands has to be pretty excited about getting the Wagner kid, doesn't he?
I would think, yeah, no kidding. Well, a lot of composure out there.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so that's a 6-0 lead in favor of the South team. That puts me down in my wager. That's not good.
Yes, it does.
Okay, our third match tonight at 120 pounds. Connor Cleveland from New Hampton wrestling Brendan Becker from Cedar Rapids, Jefferson.
Got a lot of action going on out there. Just a little background on Connor. Connor's from New Hampton. Record of 177-20 with 110 pins.
Brendan Baker with the takedown goes ahead and gives Cleveland the escape. Back in on a shot. Both wrestlers, a lot of action. Baker doing a good job getting two. Tell you what though, Cleveland's not stopping.
No, he's not. He's fighting
Good
every
constant
minute.
action here. Baker's out of position here. If Cleveland could just come up to his feet to get the reversal. So Cleveland now on the top position. Match score is 4-2 now in favor of Brendan Baker from Cedar Rapids, Jefferson. I think he let his hair grow a little bit since the season was over, don't you?
It has, there's quite a bit of it out there. I don't know, back in volleyball, if you had barrettes in your head to tape them, I feel like I want to throw some barrettes out there at him, keep it out his eyes.
Okay, so Baker comes back to the middle. Referee gets him going. 30 seconds left here in the first period. Connor Cleveland from New Hampton on top in the blue singlet. Pretty comfortable with his ride right here.
Connor was third at state this year at 120 pounds.
Boy, Baker being really patient there on that. As he gets two for a reversal. No back points given. So Baker's going to take a 6-3 lead going into the second period. He's going to defer, which will give Cleveland his option here to start the second period. He's going to take the down position. Baker on top. What did Baker get in state this year, Dee?
He also took third at 120. Maybe they're in different classes.
Yep. Yep, I think you're talking about a 3A versus 2A kid
2A.
here. Yep.
Right. Not being familiar with the schools up here, but yeah, different classes of school size.
Cleveland really working that arm bar there as
Goodness.
Cleveland's got that foot. Uh-oh, we got the battle of the hips here. Who's going to end up on top? Cleveland being patient there to get the reversal for two. Tightens up the match now. Now he's only down by one. Okay, we're at the end of the second period. Again, great match here,
Excellent.
folks.
I thought we had a lot of action before. But this one's just, it's constant. It's great matchup, their strength as well as their technique.
Okay, so we're in the third period now. Cleveland on top. Looks like he's got a pretty tough ride here. You wonder how much stamina some of these guys have after kind of being out of the training.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take them long, but it comes right back.
Cleveland's going to have to figure something out here on top because he's got to score, and he's only got a minute. And Baker seems like he's okay just kind of staying down on the bottom. What happened there? You good now? Okay. Okay, so Cleveland's going to go ahead and let Baker up. 20 seconds left. Cleveland takes a shot. Good defense by Baker. Under 5 seconds here. Looks like Baker's going to get the win, 6-5. Boy, I tell you, the South team is just rocking the points right now. As the dual team for the South score is 9-0 now.
Next on the mat, 126, Nolan Romidko, Cedar Rapids Kennedy, and Gisaveri Nebabisi of Perry.
Do you want to go ahead and give the folks the rundown on these kids that are deep?
All right, let's look those up here.
Nolan's parents are Kevin Romidko.
Stat sheets here. Okay, so we have Nolan Romidko.
University of Wisconsin lacrosse.
Nolan's out of Cedar Rapids. Record of 117-21 with 66 pins. His coach is Dennis Heineck, and he's going to wrestle at University of Wisconsin lacrosse. He took third this year at state at 126 pounds.
Parents are Piata Nishiriyamana.
So both wrestlers doing a good job of working on hand control right now. Good action here for the first minute.
His opponent, Gisaveri Niabizi, I think I said that pretty close. He's from Perry. Record of 90-39 with 22 career pins. He took second this year as a senior at 126 pounds. His coach is Trevor Kittleson, and he plans to wrestle in college.
Kittleson, a wrestling name in the state of Iowa for years. Both wrestlers doing a good job here. 37 seconds left here in the first period. Romidko really working the action. Nice single leg right there. Drops down. First points of the match there by Romidko. Now we got back points. He's got him locked up in the cradle.
It's a pretty tight cradle.
Yeah, it's got a very unique position he's in, though. Yeah, he's got to keep that leg locked. He's busy doing a good job of not getting pinned in that situation. He's going to give up 3 back points. So the match score at the end of the first period, Nolan Romidko from Cedar Rapids Kennedy up 5-0. So we're going to put 1 minute on the clock. Hey, so after this match, we're going to get Jack Wagner on with us, okay?
Excellent.
Both wrestlers in a head tie there on the edge of the mat. Nice ankle pick there.
Didn't quite finish it up.
No one had good defense there on that ankle pick. Under 20 seconds here in the second period. 5-0 lead for Romidko. Working on the single leg, keeps the head inside, nice. Good leverage takedown right there. Kept his head in tight and used his hips. Nice takedown there to take the 7-0 lead. Busy's going to take the down position here to start the third period. Romidko on top. Looks like this might be the first victory for the North team tonight.
Very possible.
I need a win.
You need a win for sure.
I'm 0-3 so far. Romidko doing a good job of riding on top there. He's not riding with the crossbody ride. He's just got the ankle there, but he's keeping out to the side. Trying to get a Turk situation. Got a 1 count, but that was it. We're approaching 10 seconds left here in the third period. Nolan Romidko from Cedar Rapids Kennedy going to get the win, 7-0 in this 126-pound matchup.
By the score of 7-0, and the winner
Sliding back
for the North side, Nolan Romidko, Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Our next match, 132. For the North, Bryce Everson of Comanche. And for the South.
Okay, so I'm going to be joined here by Jack Wagner. Go ahead and sit up here, Jack. Just speak into the mic. So you had a pretty exciting match out there.
Yeah, it was a good match. Went a little longer than I thought, and good competitor, but just glad I came out with a win.
How many times have you guys wrestled before?
I think that was our third or fourth time. That was my first time beating him, so it's good.
Good. Did you expect that kind of a match coming into this dual team?
The goal of coming in was put up as many points as I can, like I always want to. That's my offense. I couldn't finish, so I need to work on that. But I expected a hard-fought match, and it was good. Yeah.
So tell the folks out there what your plans are here when you to go to college.
Yeah, I committed to Iowa in October, so I'm gonna go out there, probably train all summer, and get ready for my redshirt year and do Fargo Nationals and Disney duels and junior duels. So it's gonna be a busy summer.
Did you, when you first got introduced to this dual team, were you excited about it? Was this something you really wanted to do?
Yeah, I had a feeling I was gonna get asked, and I had a feeling I was gonna wrestle Portillo. So the minute I was asked, I jumped on it, and I wanted to get the win back that I couldn't. So yeah, I was all over it.
So do you know, out of all your teammates here on the South, do you know very many of these kids, or just kind of getting to know them today?
No, I probably know almost all of them. Yeah.
All wrestling on freestyle and so
I've
forth in the summer.
Trained with a lot of them and been on a lot of national teams with them, so it's pretty nice seeing these guys. I mean, we're all good friends, and it's just all fun when we're together. So it doesn't matter if we're competing or not. It's good times.
Yep. Absolutely. You know, we were looking back at a lot of the old people that have wrestled in this thing, and man, there's a lot of talent in this at this dual team. So, hey, I just wanted to tell you, from all of us here at IA Wrestle, we really appreciate the competitiveness and the athletic ability that you've shown in the sport of wrestling. I mean, you've been a lot of fun to watch for a long time. Yeah. So, good luck to you at the next level, and keep up the good work, brother.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, so we're going to come back to this next match here. Bryce Everson from Comanche at 132-pound weight class is wrestling Briar Cochran from Moravia. Okay, so we're Bryce Everson. You want to go ahead and get people caught up on these kids here, Dee?
Okay, so for the
That's
red,
your cue, by the way.
Yeah, that's my cue. A little remedial here. So Briar Cochran, yes, hometown of Moravia. Not sure I said that correctly. But we have a career record of 175-17 with career pins of 89. Senior year, he was first champion at 132. His junior year, he qualified at 126. His sophomore year, qualified placed seventh at 113 pounds, and in ninth grade was fifth at 106 pounds. So he's been a qualifier all 4 years. His coach is Denny Whitlow, and he's not sure about his college plans.
What's really unique about the young man from Moravia, Briar Cochran, he's actually the very first state champion in school history for Moravia.
That's exciting.
So right now, Everson is ahead 2-0. He's going to take the down position to start the second period. Cochran on top. We really appreciate Jack Wagner joining us there, the Iowa recruit. Okay, that's a good find for Coach Bono up in South Dakota State to grab that Portillo kid. also.
Well,
So-
it both should be real successes for him. Just their stature and everything. Just watching. I mean, I don't know these kids personally, but I was pretty impressed with both of them.
Pretty good athletes, aren't they?
Oh yes. Well, here's a little background on Bryce Everson. His career record is 164 and 22. Career pins at 71. He took second this year as a senior at 132-pound class. His junior year, he was third at 126. His sophomore year was a qualifier at 126. His coach is Brent Cardenson, and he does plan to wrestle in college, but hasn't decided where he's going to go.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're short time here, as we're going to tie the match up. No, actually, he's going to take the win. Yep. So the young man from Arabia got beat there 4-0 by Emerson.
So 2 wins for
For the North Squad, Austin Staudt
Okay,
of Charles City. And for the South Squad, Clint Lembeck of Xavier of Cedar Rapids.
Okay, so this matchup, Austin Staudt from Charles City, 138-pound weight class. He's wrestling Clint Lembeck from Xavier.
another.
Oh, we got a body lock right into a tough position right here.
Wow. That's all I can say about that.
Lembeck getting a 2-point takedown, along with 2-point near fall to take a 4-0 lead.
Clint Lembeck's parent is Chris Lembeck, and his future plans are to wrestle at a school that is as of yet undecided.
You want to go ahead and get some stats on these kids, D?
Yes, waiting for a break there. Lembeck brings a 165 and 19 career record with 72 pins. As a senior, he placed second at 138 pounds. As a junior, he was third at 132. As a sophomore, he was fourth at 132. And his freshman year was a qualifier at 126. Again, his coach is Ryan Chambers, and he's a little undecided yet about his future plans.
So with 30 seconds left here in the first period, Lembeck ahead 6-1 over Staudt from Charles City here. Two Charles City kids back-to-back here, with Forsyth going to come up at 145 pounds next against Brady Brott from Clarion.
Well, and Austin brings a career record of 99 and 20 into this match. We don't have any stats on his career pins. As a senior, he took third at 138. His junior year, he's a qualifier at 132. And
So
He's-
at the end, excuse me.
no,
D,
he's
but-
going to go to Iowa State after this.
Nice. Cyclones pick up one out of the state. The 38th annual North-South Duel here in Charles City, Iowa. This is Tim Harms with D. Steppy. We got Lars, our technician, here also with us with IA Russell. We sure appreciate all his help. We appreciate our sponsors, Casey's General Stores. We saw a few of those on the way up here.
Yes, we did.
Getting back points here now. No, he's not going to get any points. Now we're going to get a warning for stalling by on Staudt. His Lembeck's really putting a lot of pressure on the top position. Also want to thank Matt Shannon for joining us here to run the track wrestling event so we can bring this to you tonight. So Matt, thanks a lot for your help. We appreciate it. I don't care what everything else Lars said about you. Okay, so we're going to go into the third period here. Stout's down a few points, so he's got to try something a little different. Down 6-1. Lembeck with a Granby roll. No back points, but got the reversal. Right up into a heavy half. Wrist control. Now Limbeck looking for a cradle. Looks like he's got it locked up there, doesn't it, Dee?
Yes, it does. Trying to get it over, though.
Yep, Staudt doing a good job of fighting it off. There he breaks the lock. As we're under 30 seconds here in this 138-pound bout. Limbeck pretty much in control of this match here.
He is. I was just there thinking that Staudt looks pretty perplexed about what to do.
Limbeck getting more back points there on a cheap tilt. He's going to get 3 more. So he's going to get some bonus points for the red there.
Winning 11-1.
Score of 11-1.
Cedar Rapids Xavier. At 145 on the mat.
So at 145 pounds, Max Forsyth from Charles City is going to be wrestling for the North team. Here at 145 pounds, going to be wrestling Brady Brott from Clarion. So 2 back-to-back Charles City kids. We'll see if the hometown boy can get one here. Nice shot on a single leg. Faked one way, went to the other way. Looks like Forsyth has a nice Team Iowa singlet there.
Brady Brott's parents are John and Carol, and his future plans are to wrestle at Iowa Lakes.
You want to give a little bit of info on some of these kids, Dee?
Yeah, trying to sneak some of that in here between the announcer. But Forsyth brings a career record of 128-33. He has 84 career pins. This year as a senior, he placed 4th at 145 pounds. Was a qualifier his junior year at 138, a qualifier sophomore year at 126. His coach is Kevin Wedeking, and he is undecided yet for his future plans.
Okay, so we're under a minute now. And Forsyth is still up 2-0. Got the armbar wrist, got him turned over, getting back points. Brott doing a good job of fighting off his back. Forsyth's going to get some, looks like a handful of back points there to take a 5-0 lead with 30 seconds left here in the first period, Dee.
And they go out of bounds. There's some stats on Brady Brott. His career record's 133-40 with 101 pins. As a senior, was 2nd at 145 pounds, 4th last year as a junior at 145 pounds. His coaches are Kurt Morgan and Dan Gabrielson, and he does plan to wrestle in college.
Boy, there's the old Alex Derringer from Oklahoma State's move right there. Forsyth doing a good job of getting some back points there with that armbar trap behind his back. This Forsyth kid looks tougher than nails on top.
Yeah. Brock's just been trying to keep breath in his lungs there. He's been fighting the whole thing. He's just...
Okay, so Brott is kind of tired of being on the mat. He's going to go back up on his feet to start the second period as he's down 5-0 or 8-0. I'm sorry, as we start the second period. There he was again, fake to the left and went to the right, in on a single. Switches off to the double. Referee's going to call stalemate and get them both back up on their feet.
I like that call. We didn't waste a lot of time.
Brought in on a long single. Good defense there by Forsyth. Forsyth with a mini fireman's carry, kind of into a Kelly right there. But Brott doing a good job with that short offense to actually score 2 points for a takedown there. That's good defense for him, Dee.
That was real good defense.
So we're under 10 seconds here in the second period. Brott's going to tighten the match up, 8-2, looking for back points late, and he's going to get them as he...
As I say, saved by the buzzer.
Okay, so Brock's going to pick up 2 points for a near fall there as he throws a pancake headlock move to try to score, but that's what he's got to do to stay in this match.
He's got to go big here. He's going to pull ahead.
So Forsyth obviously likes to be on top because he's going to get his choice and he's going to take the top position to start the third period. Brought up to his feet. Forsyth back with that arm bar. Arm bar wrist. About 20 seconds gone here in the third period. Match score is Forsyth from Charles City 8. Brock from Clarion 4. Both wrestlers scoring some points in this match. Referee calls potentially dangerous there on that arm bar. Brings Forsyth and Brock back to the middle.
Thought Brock was going to get an escape there.
Yeah, it's, Forsyth had that wrist control and just wasn't able to get loose there. Yep. Forsyth is a tough kid on top. Boy, this is exactly what Alex Daringer does from Oklahoma State. That kid's made a living on this move.
More back points for Forsyth.
So Forsyth from Charles City going to pick up the win for the North team with the score of 10-4.
Our last match here before the break.
So that gives us 3 wins for the North and 4 for the South.
Hey, look at this IA Wrestle singlet out there. Colton Klingenpill from Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson going to take on Kyle Briggs, Coach Briggs from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Now, Lars and I were talking before this, and out of all the kids in this class, I like this Klingenpill. I think he's going to do really well at the next level. He's actually just committed recently to go wrestle for Kish up in North Dakota State. Another D1 kid.
Cold up there.
Klingenpill with the first takedown. It's easy to pick out Klingenpill because he's got the Iowa wrestle singlet.
Well, here's some stats on Klingenpill. He brings a career record of 202-16, 119 career pins. He was first state champion at 152 pounds this year as a senior, third as a junior at 138, seventh at 126 as a sophomore, and sixth place as a freshman at 106 pounds.
And his coach, August Mans from Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson, has done a heck of a job over there building that program back up with the youth program. Klingenpill riding tough on top.
His opponent, Kyle Briggs, brings a career record of 141 and 40, career pins of 50. As a senior, he took fifth at 152 pounds.
So Klingenpill looks like he might give up a reversal or an escape here as he got a little sloppy and lazy, and Briggs is going to pick up a 2-point reversal right there.
Official just awarded that.
So in short time, Briggs picks that up. Now whether Klingenpill can pick it back up or not. He does score 2 as a reversal.
Okay, I'm not sure what you'd call that move. I don't think I've seen that before.
Klingenpill's ahead now 4-2 as we start the second period. Klingenpill's going to defer. Briggs is going to do neutral to start the second period. Briggs kind of tried the super duck there, and Klingenpill did not bite on that one bit, but he's got the low single. I think this is what you call situational wrestling right here, Dee.
Situational wrestling?
Yep. I don't know, a friend of mine, Mike Marino, used to tell me that about when kids would get into the scrambling positions.
Okay, and you're scrambling, so I'm just going to have you define that for me.
Ooh, nice low single shot by Briggs there.
That was nice.
Trying to tie this match up with Klingenpeel from Council Bluffs.
Yeah, not quite able to finish it up yet, but working hard at it. The official calls a stalemate and brings them both to their feet.
Ooh. Did that whistle blow before or after that?
I would have got a caution on that one. On Briggs.
Okay, great first period here. As Klingenpeel's going to take a 4-2 lead.
See some emotions kind of flying out
Actually,
there
this
a
is
little
the
bit.
third period now. Yep. So he's going to take the down position. Briggs with that quick, tight waist. Klingenpeel going to get a reversal. Takes the match score 6-2. Roger Kish from North Dakota State's going to be happy with this athlete. He's just a tough, hard-nosed kid. August Mans I remember when this kid was in junior high and him saying how good he was going to be in high school. And boy, he really did a great job in his high school career. Under 20 seconds, Klingenpeel still ahead, 6-2. Briggs just not being able to mount anything from the down position in this third period. So after this match, folks, we're going to take about a 10-minute break, and hopefully we're going to be able to get Colton on the mic here with us. Referee warns Klingenpeel on top for stalling with less than a second left.
Not sure I understood that call.
And the winner by the score of 6-2.
Good match by Klingenpeel. So
Council Bluffs, Thomas Jefferson.
I like how Klingenpeel just kind of stayed focused the whole time I was watching. The kind of the emotions got away from Briggs on that one. I think that was one advantage that Klingenpeel had. He just stayed focused, stayed calm, kept his composure, and just waited things out. Just took advantage when Briggs kind of let down a couple times.
yeah, after Klingenpeel gave up that reverse right there, kind of sitting on his butt trying to ride him, he really dialed in and didn't give up any more points.
Yeah, I agree with that totally.
So we want to thank our sponsors again tonight here at IA Russell. We thank Casey's General Stores, and obviously we have to thank Lars as he was able to set up all this equipment and what he does for us here at IA Russell. Lars Fulsafan, and also want to thank Matt Shannon for running track wrestling tonight and bringing this to you guys live. He's the mastermind behind all the technology. So for those of you that weren't listening when we got started this morning, or this evening.
One of those, take your pick.
Right, this is the 38th annual North-South Duel, All-Star Duel here in Charles City, Iowa. And 38 years ago, Jim Miller and Denny Presnell, both formerly of Charles City, took their vision of developing an all-star high school wrestling meet and made it a reality. Both of them helped the Charles City JCs and with other businesses here in town. They brought the first one here in 1978, and here we are 38 years later. The prestigious meet is known statewide as a tradition that continues to honor the many great Iowa senior wrestlers and coaches. So, Dee, if you don't mind, we're going to have Colton jump in here, and we're going to talk to him about his match and what his future is going to bring.
Alrighty.
Go ahead and sit down there, Colton. So just kind of talk into the mic here, just right up. You don't have to put those on. You just talk into the mic. So, okay, I've watched you wrestle your whole career, Dave. You come up here tonight. How exciting was it to be a part of this?
Yeah, it was really
Get a
great.
little closer.
It was really a great honor to be able to wrestle in this. I don't know how long this has been going on, but it's always nice to be invited to stuff and wrestle good kids that I've wrestled before. And, it really helps get you prepared for everything towards the future, and especially having a kid where he was the closest match he was my closest match this year. Being able to wrestle him again and just prove that, you know, nothing was a mistake. Everything was set up. Everything was, you know, a little bit sloppy, but still pretty technical, keeping my calm, you know, just staying in position, and it really helps push me to the point where I still grow and become a better wrestler.
So throughout your career, being coached by the outstanding August Mans, you know, I'm from Glenwood originally. My son Nate wrestled, and all through his career, I was able to follow you. And I remember when you were in junior high, August pointing at you, going, "You watch this kid. He's going to grow. He's going to continue to get bigger. He's going to continue to get stronger." And that's what you did all throughout your career. Who are some of the people in your, outside of Coach Mans, who are some other people that helped you get where you're at today?
You know, I've had a lot of coaches come in and out of my life. I would like to say that Adam Mans, August's younger brother, he has been such a big influence on everything that I know. You know, he helps me with all my training. He pushes me to become the best that I can be. Then I also go to like Underwood, and I'm coached by Jake Head, Joe Stevens, Underwood head coach. You know, they help me too. They help go not only their program but our program too, which is really nice of them to take their time and help teach us. Jeff Ziegler, he's also a big coach of mine. You know, they also go into all these camps and stuff that they do. You meet all these coaches that have some different perspective on just different moves, and you know, it all ties together, and you know, it just overall makes you a better wrestler.
Okay, so when you started out wrestling, as you were coming through, was going to college to compete, was that always a goal for you?
Yeah, I mean, my parents, only my mom went to college, and you know, she spent a lot of her time when we were younger. She'd be gone during the nights. She'd work during the day, go to school during the night, trying to better her education, you know, to make us have a better life. And that's always been a goal of mine, to have that higher education, go to college, and also wrestle, and just be the best person I can be, and have, you know, the best future possible.
Okay, so when you're done and you're starting to get recruited by schools, why don't you tell the folks out there where you chose to go to college and why?
I chose North Dakota because, you know, they had more like
North Dakota State, you mean?
Yes, North Dakota State. They had more of that kind of quiet, personalized feel to it, and there wasn't a bunch of people that I knew, so you know, that's going to give me my opportunity to get a new outlook at life. I also liked it because, you know, when you go to Fargo, you're just like, wow, there's nothing there. And actually going and having someone that's from the area take you around, you realize there is so much to do down there, and it's just such a family down there, and that's really big for me because I want to be able to feel like I fit in. You know, the team wants me to be there, not only just because of myself, but just like it just has that real homey feel to it, and it was just, I love the coaching stuff.
Yeah, Coach Kiss does a great job up there, and when you look at the facilities for what North Dakota State has, it's pretty unbelievable. You know, you look at the dome, and I mean, obviously you've wrestled in the dome before, but you know, when you take into consideration what the Bison have done in the football program up there, what Kish has been able to do with the North Dakota State wrestling program, I mean, they're just, it's a very close-knit family of all the athletes up there, which is a really unique environment. One of my favorite wrestlers this year, we talked about a lot on the mic there in the NCAA tournament, is Hayden Zellmer. And, you know, there's a kid that came out of Minnesota, tall, skinny, you know, just very athletic. But, man, over his 5 years up there has just absolutely become an animal, physically and mentally. I mean, just to watch him grow, I really like how Kish has been able to get kids better. Do you know any of the other athletes that have committed to go up there yet?
Not really. I've only I've been focusing on school. When I got that decision done, you know, that was a big stress reliever for me, and I had a lot of other stuff going on with my life, not just school, but also getting back into training and whatnot. So I haven't really looked into who's all going up there. But like you said, Zomer, when I went up there, I went and practiced with him, and he was a leader. He was really pushing the guys, and that's good leadership on his part. Not knowing him very well, but you still know the goals of college wrestlers, and I mean, you could really tell he was shooting to get as high of a place as he could at NCAAs.
Now, is he going to stay on staff up there, do you know?
I have no idea.
It wouldn't surprise me if that kid stays in the game and coaches, just because of how, he's just very articulate, very motivated kid, obviously trains pretty hard, like you're talking about. So, hey, also we want to thank you for wearing the IA Russell singlet and for all the different events that you've been a part of with IA Russell. I know we talk about you all the time. Obviously, for me being from Glenwood, being from the west side, I've watched your whole career. I just want to tell you thanks and good luck moving forward, brother.
Thank you.
You bet. So that's Colton Klingenpeel from the Thomas Jefferson Yellow Jackets, Orange Jackets I call them. So thanks a lot. Dee, why don't you come on back in here? So we want to thank Colton for joining us here as he goes on to North Dakota State. The score of our duel, my North team kind of tightened it up here.
They came on, I tell you what.
Yeah, I'm only down by one, 12-13 right now. So as we get started, Lars, you want to jump on the mic at all? You want to call a few matches? Jump on here and do it. You stay here. You're good. No, you're doing it.
You get to work with me, Lars.
We gotta check in, Shannon.
Hello, everybody. Got Lars Senderbecke here, jumping on the mic. Coming out of break, we're going to have Brandon Haas of Dubuque Hempstead taking on Nick Holt of Independence. Had a great first half of action here tonight. Hopefully we got all our video issues worked out. Everybody's ready to watch the second half. Going to have some more great matches coming up.
And we're underway before all the crowd's seated again, but let's get some background on Haas. Brennan Haas from Dubuque Hempstead has a record of 111-37 with 50 career pins. He placed third as a senior at 170 pounds. As a junior, he qualified at 170 pounds. And his sophomore year, again, qualifier at 170 pounds. His coach, Chuck Haas, and he plans to wrestle at UNI or West Virginia or possibly some other D1 school.
Haas comes out and gets a quick takedown. Now he's looking for a tilt here against Holt. Had him kind of up on his side there, but no back points awarded.
Get some information here about Nick Holt from Independence. He has a career record of 129-38 with 61 career pins. Second place as a senior at 170 pounds. Coach is Michael Doyle, and he's undecided as his future plans.
Haas able to get the tilt there for 3 back points this time. Got a real tight wrist ride there and kind of getting that tilt. Getting close to the edge here. 28 seconds left in the first period. Haas with a 5-0 lead over Holt. Come back to the center. Got 21.5 seconds left in the first period here. Kind of interesting. Both these guys had great high school careers, but neither of them were able to make the award stand until their senior year this year. Both made deep runs and put themselves on college radars here, so it'll be interesting to see where they both end up next year.
Yeah, some good determination. Sometimes kind of hard not getting on the stand and just keep coming back, and it paid off for him.
Nice little scramble here at the end of the period, but Holt's not able to get away. So Haas will take a 5-0 lead into the second period.
Holt defers. Haas takes down position.
You know, Holt had a really good football career for Independence too, so still kind of wondering what his future plans are going to be in college, but hopefully he'll continue to wrestle. He was able to get second in state this year, so I know he's going to have some opportunities at the next level. Getting into a little head-to-toe scramble here, and it's going to be a stalemate. Haas will go back on the bottom. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here tonight from Charles City for the North-South All-Star Meet. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast here. We plan on doing a lot more of these next year. We're still working through some of our kinks, but hopefully it'll just keep getting smoother and smoother and pick up more viewers every year. Holt's still riding tough here with the trails. There's Haas, comes up out for the escape. 6-0 lead with about 20 seconds left here in the second period. Again, we're running 2-1-1, so 1 minute periods here in the second third. So not a lot of time to score in some of these if you dig yourself a hole in the first. So Holt's got to get on his offense here and score fast. 2 seconds left here in the second period as we go back. So Brandon Haas at Dubuque Hempstead will lead 6-0 after 2 periods, and Nick Holt takes the bottom position. Haas able to break him down and get a wrist here. Holt's got to work up to his base and try to get out. He's trailing 6-0, and again, only a 1 minute period here in the third. Here goes Haas looking for that tilt again, but not able to get it. Again, we'd like to thank everybody here. I'd like to thank Charles City, Coach Williams, Coach Wiedeking for their hospitality, having us here tonight. Thank Matt Shannon for being with us to help with track wrestling. Of course, Tim and Dee on the mic tonight. We got Tony at home doing some Twitter updates for all of you. So make sure to get on to Twitter, get on Facebook to IA Wrestle. Check us out at iawrestle.com. Still riding tough here with 10 seconds left in the third period. Holt just hasn't been able to get out of this. Haas putting a real tight ride on him.
Almost got one there, but Haas came right back on him.
So Brandon Haas at Dubuque Hempstead picks up a 6-0 win over Nick Holt for Independence.
So that brings the North ahead with 5-4 wins. 5 wins over 4 for the Independence. It's a really loud PA system in here.
And for the South, Taylor Maiden, Cedar Rapids Prairie.
This will bring us to a bout at, it says 182/195, so not sure where these guys actually weighed in tonight. We do have Jameer Moore of Waverly Shell Rock versus Taylor Mayman of Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Taylor's parents are Bill and Beth.
Do you want to try to help us get a little rundown on these guys?
Find their information here. We got Jameer Moore from Waverly Shell Rock. Has a career record of 91-23. He placed second as a senior at 182-pound class, and as a junior qualifier at 195. Got some action going on the mat here and some net points.
Jameer Moore went for a kind of a neck wrench into a throw there and got dumped to his back. Mayman gets the quick. It looks like 49 seconds time of the fall for Taylor Mayman of Cedar Rapids Prairie.
195. In the North Squad, Ledger.
That brings Taylor's career record to 107 and 37, 49 pins. Going back just a little bit, Taylor Maiman took second at the 195-pound class this year. Last year as a junior, he was 8th at 195 pounds. Qualified at 145 as a sophomore year.
So our next match will be at 195 as well. We got Landers Kaboshik of South Winneshiek High School taking on Nick Jacobs of Charles City.
Nick Jacobs' parents are Terry Snyder and David Jacobs.
So we've got Nick Jacobs with a 78 and 40 career record, 45 pins, 4th place at 195 pounds as a senior, 6th place at 195 as a junior. His coach is Kevin Wedeke, and his future plans include the ISU exercise science and ROTC. His opponent, Landers Kaboshik, a record of 154 and 41 with 102 pins. He placed second at 195 pounds this year as a senior and 4th as a junior at 182. His coach is Jake Ellsbernd, and he plans to major in engineering but undecided about which school to attend yet.
So no scoring yet here as we approach a 30-second mark left in the first period between Jacobs and Kaboshik. Kaboshik was ranked number 1 most of the year in 1A. Ended up getting 2nd place and get into a body lock on the edge, but no points as they're going to step out. 21 seconds left here in the first period, still 0-0. Jacobs, the third Charles City wrestler tonight for the hometown. Austin Staudt lost by decision, but Max Forsyth was able to pick up the win. Now we got Jacobs and still Brody Tupi to come yet tonight at heavyweight. So they do go scoreless through the first period. Looks like Jacobs is going to defer, and Landers Kaboshik will choose down here to start the second period, 0-0. Again, we're running 2-1-1, so only a 1-minute period here for Kaboshik to try to get up and out. Gets up to his feet, but a nice mat return by Jacobs, and they're going to go out of bounds. A little switch attempt here from Kaboshik, but Jacobs able to stay behind him. Got him in a little sit-out position here. Kaboshik trying to create some space and come around. Looking for a reversal, and there it is. Got a half in. He's looking to take Jacobs over. Jacobs able to get his elbow down and belly out here. So 2-0 lead now for Landers Kaboshik of South Winneshiek. We got 24 seconds left here in the second period.
Kaboshik's got really tight right there. He's not letting Nick out. 3 seconds.
So that'll be the end of the second period. Landers Kaboshik with a 2-0 lead, but it'll be Nick Jacobs' choice here in the third. He is going to go back down. Like you said, Kaboshik's been riding real tough up there, had a tight wrist ride, so
Really tight.
hopefully Jacobs going to need 1 minute here to try to create some space. Get out of here. He trails 2-0. Kaboshik looking for that kind of chicken wing on the outside, but Jacobs trying to step over. Kaboshik comes around behind, but it looks like Jacobs caught a leg here. We'll see if he can keep scooting his hips out and try to come out here for a reversal to tie the score. He's got 33 seconds left.
He's got time to do it. Just hang with it.
Kaboshik doing a good job of keeping his hips up here, but Jacobs still scooting and trying to separate from that leg. Got 20 seconds left here. Koboshik leads 2-0. Koboshik kind of hanging onto his own here. Look at Jacobs. Oh, Koboshik. Nice job of rolling through. Looked like Jacobs could get the 2 there, and Koboshik rolled all the way through, and now he's looking for
He sure
that.
did. I thought Jacobs was going to get it there, but good job by Koboshik.
Landers Koboshik comes on for a 2-0 win at 195 pounds.
Next on the mat at 195, 220.
So nice win for Landers Koboshik at South Winneshiek High School. So that's going to bring us to, again, they have it listed as 195/220. We got Donovan Doyle of Iowa City West taking on Ethan Anderson of Southeast Polk High School.
Donovan Doyle for the South team brings in a record of 173-51 with 93 career pins. He placed third at 195 pounds this year as a senior, fourth at 182 as a junior. He placed seventh as a sophomore at 182 pounds. Coach is Mark Ryland, and he plans to wrestle at Harvard.
Yeah, Donovan Doyle able to come out and get the takedown here in the first period, take a 2-0 lead over Ethan Anderson.
Ethan brings in a record of 180-16 with 101 career pins. Ethan was second at 220 pounds this year as a senior, first as a junior 220, first as a sophomore at 220, and he placed sixth as a freshman at 195. His coach is Jason Christensen, and he plans to wrestle at Oklahoma State.
So Ethan tries to hit a little Granby there, not able to catch Donovan on his back, but he does come around for the 2-point reversal. So the score is tied at 2-2 with about 50 seconds left here in the first period. Donovan Doyle, of course, the son of Chris Doyle, the strength and conditioning coach for the Iowa football team. A lot of people thought maybe football was in his future, but he's really enjoyed his time on the wrestling mat, keeps getting better, like I say, a multiple-time place winner, and I know he's obviously a very, very good student, headed to Harvard here to wrestle, so it'll be a lot of fun to watch him out in the Ivy League.
Pretty impressive.
Say Ethan Anderson, a lot of people, he lost a heartbreaker this year in the state finals, but this guy's an animal. It takes nothing away. This is one of the best wrestlers in the state of Iowa. You can see right there, Anderson gets the throw to the back. There's the fall. So Ethan Anderson of Southeast Polk picks up the first period fall in 1 minute and 55 seconds. The Oklahoma State Cowboy here with the fresh cat socks.
Friendly fella.
Ethan, a good friend of I Wrestle here. Always have a good time with Ethan. So that's going to bring up the next match here at 2:20. We've got Rylan Richardson of South Central Calhoun taking on Daniel Ramirez of Southeast Polk High School.
And Ryland brings in a career record of 198-25, 78 career pins. He placed second this year, senior at 220, fourth place as a junior at 195. His sophomore year, he was fifth at 195, and his ninth grade year, he's a qualifier at 182 pounds. His coach is Lance Schultz, and again, he's wrestling between participating in football or wrestling in college.
Great scramble here between the two big guys. Looked like Ramirez might get a cow catcher, but no doing there, but they get into a wild scramble. Ramirez comes out on top for the first takedown. So Ramirez looks like he picked up 2 back points as well, so he leads Richardson by a score of 4-0 with just under a minute left here in the first period.
And Daniel, he brings in a record of 52-8 with 39 pins. This year as a senior, he placed third at 285 pounds in the state tournament. His coach is Jason Christensen, and he plans to attend Grandview.
So they go out of bounds with about 40 seconds left here in the first period. Daniel Ramirez out to a 4-0 lead over Rylan Richardson. Daniel Ramirez, one of those guys that kind of waited his turn in the Southeast Polk room there. Always a great room. Sat behind Ethan Anderson and, some great wrestlers there in the upper weights at Southeast Polk. But he definitely made the most of his time, had a great senior season, and now headed to Grandview to the storied program there under Coach Mitchell with 5 straight NAIA national titles. So it'll be exciting to watch Daniel continue his career at that level. That'll end the first period there. So Daniel Ramirez of Southeast Polk takes a 4-0 lead in the second period. Ramirez choice, and he's going to select the top position here. Oh, Ramirez here comes out of the scramble again. It looks like he's looking for back points. He's kind of got a little neck wrench here, trying to step over and lock a cradle. Richardson's been in some bad spots, but he's doing a good job scrambling out, but he's in trouble here. Ramirez got the cradle. He's getting some near fall and looking to get the pin here. He's got plenty of time left here in the second period. We still got 30 seconds left. Kind of an awkward position for these big guys here. You don't see a heavyweight in this too often.
No, you don't. I've been pretty impressed with the last couple of matches about the aggressiveness of these heavyweight kids. It's exciting to watch them wrestle.
Yeah, we got some amazing upper weights right now in the state of Iowa. It's still got Gremmel and Isley coming up, who are, as good as any of them as well. So.
Yeah, sometimes as a fan, you're like, oh goodness, you want to see the boys wrestle, but you're like, oh man, it's just slow. But these guys are just getting after it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be the end of the second period. Daniel Ramirez of Southeast Polk leads 7-0 heading into the third. Rylan Richardson will take neutral. Again, 1 minute period here, so Richardson's got to get something big going on his feet. Ramirez with a front headlock here.
Yeah, Ramirez definitely has control on this match. Richardson's just kind of trying to react as best he can.
Richardson puts his head down. Ramirez locks a cradle from the standing position, steps over. That's tight.
I don't think he's coming out of that one.
He broke the lock, but there it is. Daniel Ramirez picks up the fall. 3 minutes and 31 seconds, time of the fall for Daniel Ramirez of Southeast Polk. With that, folks, I'm going to give you back to Tim Harms here on the mic, and I believe we have Ethan Anderson joining us here in a second as well. So thanks again for joining us here, and I'll hand it back over to Dee and Tim.
Good job.
You're supposed to be talking, Dee.
I know. I'm just not getting the job done anyway. Well, while Tim's getting set up, let's hear some stats about Gannon Gremmel. He's out of Dubuque Hempstead. He brings 168 wins and 14 losses into this match and 91 career pins. He was first place this year as a senior at 285 pounds. As a junior.
Which one? Hold on.
Am I doing?
Nope, we're on Michael Young.
Oh, I'm jumping ahead here.
Yep. You're okay.
So let me find those kids. We'll get those stats. So we've got a preview already.
So this is Michael Young against Brody Tupy. Tupy from Charles City here.
They're on the same page.
Okay, now you ready to go?
All right, now let's try this again. Michael Young. Michael has a 112 wins, 57 losses with 77 career pins. He took 6th place at state this year as a senior at 285 pounds. His coach is Chad Gerbrock. And it looks like he's going to go to Kirkwood for turfgrass management.
That's knowing what you want to do, isn't it?
That's pretty specific there on future plans. I think we ought to give him some bonus team points for being so specific.
So the total score on the team duel right now, the North is 24 and the South is 25. So I'm down by 1 point, all because of that, those extra points there on that one match early on.
Bonus points.
That's what I was looking for, bonus points. Nice roll. Troopy with a nice roll there to get a pin.
So for Brody, then that brings his career record to 77 and 48 with 50 pins. Brody qualified at 285 pounds this year. His coach is Kevin King, and he also is going to major in engineering, but undecided on what school yet.
So this matchup here, folks, is our last match of the duel, and probably is as highly touted as a match as the Wagner Portillo match at 120 pounds earlier tonight. Two studs here. Isley, a heck of a high school athlete, a heck of a running back in football. Obviously wrestling. Why don't you give him some of the stats on the boys?
So to repeat from earlier, for Gremmel, 168-14 record with 91 pins. First place at 285 pounds this year is his senior. Junior year second at 220. His sophomore year fifth at 220, and his ninth grade second again at 220. Chuck Haas is his coach, and he's going to be at Iowa State next fall.
Iowa State's got to be looking forward to having this big kid. Isley from Albia rushed for a ton of yards in the football this year and had an injury in the semifinals and kind of cost the team the state title, but it was nice to see him come back and be able to wrestle and to win a state title this year.
Yeah, and so that was his career record is 187 and 7, 114 pins. Pretty impressive. As Tim said, he was first place at 285 this year. First as well his junior year at 220. Second at 195 his sophomore year, and eighth at 182 as a freshman.
Yeah, so to be able to get a medal all 4 years at that size?
That's something to be really proud of. You know, most kids, they hope to qualify for this state and place pretty high every year.
Nice slide by right there by Isley, but Gremmel doing a heck of a job to not give up any points, and it looks like they gave Isley a point for Gremmel fleeing the mat. So Isley's going to take a 1-0 lead, under 10 seconds here in the first period, D.
Yeah, that's the first call for that we've seen all evening on the fleeing the mat.
So this will be unique in this match, really, because as we talked about earlier on in the Portillo-Wagner match, the 1 minute second and third periods is going to make a difference here for one of these kids. Isley more the undersized wrestler here. Gremmel a little bit bigger, a little taller. What's it say that Isley's going to do next year?
Isley's going to go to UNI.
So again, two wrestlers, D1 kids, one going to Iowa State, one going to UNI. Probably won't be the last time they grapple.
Probably not. Sure, you'll see two a little bit more matured young men out there with some more skills, and again, just an equally aggressive match between them, and one that people will look forward to.
Dual score, South ahead 31-24. Pretty much got her locked up. I'm going to lose my wager.
I think you are.
That's okay.
We didn't say what we were betting on if we were.
Both wrestlers start in the middle. So for the third period now, Gremmel's going to take the down position. Isley still up 1-0. We want to thank Charles City and the volunteers here and all the local businesses to help bring on this 38th annual North-South Duel. This is Tim Harms with D. Steffi. Isley going to go ahead and let Gremmel up to tie this match up. Under 40 seconds here in the third period.
Got the scoreboard accurate now. 1-1.
Keeping him straight over there on that scoreboard.
I'm giving him the look. Now he's got it well under charge.
us moms.
We have to keep that scoreboard up to date. We want to make sure everybody knows who's got what points.
Also want to thank Matt Shannon for running track wrestling tonight here for us at IA Wrestle. I want to thank Lars Underbach for getting everything all set up for us also with IA Wrestle. So as we start overtime here, folks, as you can see, this match is exactly like we talked about between the Portillo and Wagner match. Yep. Both D1 athletes.
I don't see either one of them letting up. They're both still as aggressive. Got their wind.
One of my good friends, an old coach, used to call the heavyweights the Dancing Bears when it came to the heavyweight. But, we've seen some unbelievable athletes at heavyweight up here tonight. Isley looking for that slide by. Gets it one more time. Referee calls him out of bounds. Isley a little miffed at why he got called for being out of bounds,
Yes, he was.
which I totally agree with because both his feet were in bounds.
I was thinking the same thing. Looked like
Gremmel looking for a little duck there. Under 10 seconds. Referee's going to flip the medallion. Gremmel's going to get his shot. He's going to take down to start the second overtime period. Isley on top. Gremmel with a quick move. Back up to his feet. Isley brings him back down. Right into a wrist control right out of the gate. Gremmel back up. Isley's going to give up a locking hands, which is going to cost him a point. So now he cannot. Now he does let him go. So Gremmel's going to take a 2-point advantage over Isley going into the third overtime period.
Getting a little heated out there between those two.
So the official gave Isley a point for technical fall for Gremmel. Must have been for hitting him in the face. So it's 3-1 in favor of Gremmel. So he gave each wrestler.
And then, yeah,
Okay, so Isley up to his feet quick. Only 5 seconds come off the clock there. Be interesting to see whether Gremmel's going to be able to ride him out here or not. Gremmel on top. Isley up quick. Into a switch situation, up to his feet. Gets the 1-point escape.
plenty of time for a takedown.
Gremmel just going to hold on here as we approach 10 seconds. Isley in on got the kind of the front headlock right here. Tries to slide by, not going to get it. Gremmel's going to get the win. As the Iowa State wrestler is going to end up getting the win over Isley, the UNI wrestler, is the last match of this duel.
A little bit of a controversy though there, because that early call on the line there, Isley definitely disagreed with. Should have possibly gotten a takedown there.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, this is Tim Harms with D. Steppe as we come to a conclusion here with IA Wrestle and Charles City at the North-South duels. What a great competition for all the kids. Great fun for all the kids. They're just having a blast out here.
Is that Baker out there?
Oh yeah.
Kind of Mr. Social, having fun with all the kids, giving them a hard time.
So Dee, we're going to get Ethan Anderson on here and talk to him about his transition from going from Southeast Polk down to Oklahoma State to wrestle and about being involved in this. So I really appreciate you coming up and spending the time to be a part of this tonight with us. So for D. Steppe, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
So as I was looking through some of these dual matches, there's some kids that we we picked out that have been a part of this for a long time. Jay Gunther from Lewis Central texted me and said he got his butt kicked up here, got beat 8-1 years ago. And in 1982, an unbelievable matchup between Louis Massey and Greg Randall. Randall, the head coach out of Boise State. Louis went on and wrestled for the Marines. I think he was a runner-up or a winner of the big tournament down in Texas. I'm drawing a blank on it right now, but we'll get back to it as Lars is tracking down Ethan Anderson right now. Everybody's kind of wanting to get a little bit of Ethan's time and get him on. So again, we want to, on behalf of the Charles City Mat Club, we'd like to thank all the sponsors. We want to thank Casey's General Stores for bringing this event to you here tonight on IA Wrestle. I want to thank Ross Bartachek and Tony Hager, Lars Underbach. We appreciate all what IA Wrestle has done for us this year. And we're looking for Ethan Anderson. And gotcha. Okay, you got him lined up. Are you gonna join me when we do it? So for all you listening, we appreciate the people bought this tonight and the donation is going to go to the Dan Gable Wrestling Museum. A lot of the folks here tonight traveled a long way. Stop tapping. Thanks. So that's all good. Not sure if we're going to be able to get Ethan on here. So I think first of all we're gonna get a couple guys on. Lars is lined up Gannon Gremmel, the heavyweight who just wrestled Isley from Albia in a heck of a match. Gremmel from Dubuque Hempstead. Can you slide in here okay, Gannon?
Oh yeah.
Thanks for joining us, buddy. I realize you're a little winded after that match.
Yeah, a little bit.
So tell us what it was like being involved in this North-South duel here today.
It's a great atmosphere. It's awesome that the state puts it on, and it's fun. I mean, you get to watch some really good wrestling, and it's great to be a part of it.
Did you ever think you'd have the opportunity to wrestle in this deal?
I mean, maybe this year. I know there was talk about me wrestling the Albia kid from before we get the Nationals or something. There's always talk of that. They're going to set something up, but yeah, it was pretty sweet. I got to be a part of this event.
So obviously you've made a decision to go to college and wrestle.
Yeah.
Going to Iowa State, right?
Oh yeah.
So tell us about what that transition was like in making that decision.
It was hard. I mean, there's a lot of good coaches, a lot of good programs, but I really felt like I was at home when KJ started talking to me, and he didn't just talk about being a national champion. My dreams to wrestle the rest of my life. I know I probably can't, but my dream is to wrestle. So, I mean, right when he said Olympic champion, he thinks he can make me one. I have great offense on my feet. I didn't really get to it today, but that really...
You wrestled a pretty good kid, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't allowing you to do much.
Yeah. I just wrestled smart, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great match. You know, we talked about the two matches tonight that were really the premier matches between Portillo and Wagner, and obviously they gave us everything that we were talking about, and yourself and Isley. I mean, that was a great matchup. So as you were coming into this event tonight, knowing you had to wrestle him, did you scout him at all? Did you kind of look at how he wrestled?
Oh, we talked about little things, kicking smart shots, that's about it. I was pretty hurt last time I wrestled him, and there's a lot of talk around the state that I wasn't the guy, I wasn't the best heavyweight in the state, but I didn't let that get to me. I knew where I was at, so, I mean, talk is cheap, obviously.
Well, hey, Gannon, we want to thank you here for IA Wrestle for the season you had, and good luck moving on to be a Cyclone.
Thank you.
I've got a lot of good friends of mine that have come through that program, and you're going to do well there.
Yep, thank you.
Good luck in the future, brother. Thank you. Gannon Gremmel from Dubuque Hempstead there at 285 pounds. As he was able to beat Carter Isley tonight to possibly be the best heavyweight in the state. So now we're going to get Ethan Anderson on.
How you doing?
Yep, sit down there. We're trying to be the funny kid all the time. No, hey, I've got Ethan Anderson here with us. Ethan, what was it like being a part of this event up here today?
It was pretty cool. I'd always seen all my buddies from past teams. I always spoke all the seniors. They always come up and watch them in this event. So that'd be nice to us.
So, talk to us about your decision that you made to go to Oklahoma State and why that's a good fit for you.
Well, originally I was committed to Missouri, and I was like in touch with the Nicholas boys, and I kind of fell through. But then
talk into the mic a little.
Sorry,
that's okay.
I was at Mizzou. I was committed there, and they got snatched up real early when I was a junior, so I didn't really have a chance to be committed. And then at Folk Style Nationals, when I wrestled Isley in the finals, they saw my style, and back when I'd wrestle with pace a little bit, and they, John Smith really liked that, the low single and everything, and he was like, dang, you want a heavyweight that can do that. I think one of the things he said to me was just like, damn, we can go far. We can go far. So that really got me going and gave me a scholarship that was really hard to turn down. I went down there to Stillwater, and a nice southern environment, just like good people.
Just good old boys out there.
Yeah, just southern hospitality kind of. I really liked being down there. I felt real comfortable, and I was like, this is a good fit for me.
One of the guys you're going to want to get to know when you go down, there's a guy by the name of Jay Carl Guyman. Jay is the voice of Oklahoma State for the Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling deal. And the guy is an unbelievable journalist, an unbelievable interviewer, and so I'm sure you'll get to spend time with him. And he's very knowledgeable. The Cowboy program and the family atmosphere they got down there, is that something that really lured you?
Yeah, that was one of the big things for Mizzou. I don't want to talk about that much, but I mean, they've only had a handful of national champions at old school, and then I go to take that visit there. They got like just walls on walls on walls of guys that have been national champions and national team titles, and just I mean, stats. It's proven.
Right, absolutely.
They know what they're doing there.
So throughout your career here, being raised in Iowa and wrestling for Southeast Polk, who are some of the guys you'd like to thank that have helped you in your career there in Southeast Polk?
I really want to give a big thanks to Jason Christensen, the head high school coach. Jessman Smith, the one that would wrestle me every morning to kind of give me that pace style for a big guy and really evolve my style. And a lot of those youth coaches that don't really get a lot of the thanks. They really, like Thomas Cook, Jake Marquardt, who actually came back and helped me train for Greco Worlds. He was a world team member actually. Didn't place in high school state, but he won Fargo. And
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, crazy. But a lot of those guys that helped me up, bring me up from the youth, and got me started on this kind of journey I'm on.
Well, for all of us here at IA Wrestle, we've sure enjoyed watching you wrestle in your career, and obviously, good luck as you go to Oklahoma State. We'll get to watch you there. Being in the Big 12 and being a part of that. Hopefully, we're going to be able to broadcast that every year as they're actually taking the Big 12 tournament to Tulsa. It was in Kansas City this year, but the next 2 years it's in Tulsa. So it's right in your back door.
I think we had junior duels there, that same arena.
Yep, absolutely. So for all of us here at IA Wrestle, I want to say congratulations on a great high school career and obviously a better college career for you. So thanks a lot.
Thanks.
You bet. So Ethan Anderson from Southeast Polk, there's our last interview. So for Tim Harms, Dee Steffi, Lars Underbach, and for Matt Shannon, we thank everybody here for joining us here for this 38th annual North-South Duel, Charles City, Iowa. Good night, folks.